members who know the meaning of loyalty.
IBEW!
Good day, brothers and sisters.
You know we'll get it done.
Hello and welcome back to another feature story on Our Power. I'm Michelle Griego. Time, 1 minute you can't wait to grow up, and the next you're left wondering where the last 20 years went. One day you're an apprenticeship graduate, the next you're staring retirement right in the face. Like it affects us, time can also affect cities and towns, places where our grandparents found work in a new world for the first time, towns where our parents were raised, places once so strong but now seemingly left behind, boarded up. Joining me in studio to tell us a little bit more about one of those towns is Dominic Geritano. Hey, Dom.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Now you're here to tell us about a town that was down on its luck and how the IBEW really helped it out.
They really did, you know, and every so often you can find one of those towns where the will of its people is just too strong to stay down forever. All that's needed is a chance to change the course of history and reverse the hand of time. Nestled along the banks of the Delaware River, on the Pennsylvania side of the Commodore Barry Bridge, you'll find the once thriving industrial shipyards of Chester, Pennsylvania. Some would argue that during World War II, the center for America's warship construction effort was found right here.
This was once an industrial hub and reached its peak around World War II. In fact, where we're standing was our largest employer. It was the Sun Shipbuilding Company. There were 15,000 people who were working here on any given day during World War II.
But when the war ended, work began to fade away, slowly and painfully. Plants closed down. When they did, the residents moved away, and Chester was left behind. As city council members began to wonder if a turnaround was ever going to happen, a life raft was thrown in their direction. But they couldn't get to it alone. They needed some help.
In the beginning, we were facing fierce competition from other areas of the state that wanted to open a racetrack. We knew that the potential was there to also have a casino. The IBEW, the local laborers union, fought with us at hearings, at meetings. We made sure that our voice was heard, and then people knew that this was important to the city of Chester, and the union stood by the city in that regard.
IBEW Local 654 fought side by side with city and county officials for months to get this job, because they knew it meant the start of a new life for Chester, a second chance.
There are a number of positives from the Harrah project. The obvious ones are there are hundreds of jobs, both construction jobs in the building of the facility, and then permanent jobs once the facility is operational. It also provides a brand name that will draw people back into the city, and it's our hope that once they come here, they have a good time, they'll come back.
It's not just a job, because Chester, as I mentioned, they were a big community when I was growing up. I'm in my mid-50s. It was like a little Philadelphia. We came to Chester, we went to the stores, and it fell out of favor in the 70s when they built the malls. Everybody moved away from the city, and this is an excellent opportunity to get Chester back on its feet.
In the instant when construction broke ground, a ripple effect began to spread throughout the town.
It's exciting when for those people who live in the area and those people who participated in the project, who knew what this site looked like, having been abandoned for 10 years or better, and knew that the only opportunity for development was for somebody like Harrah to come in and create a great entertainment experience. And for all the people that drive by every day. I mean, this is going to be a structure and a facility that all of us are going to have great pride in, because it's going to be a great place, and it's a beautiful place, and it's completely out of character with what's on the Chester waterfront right now. We as a company, and I'm sure the IBEW, take great pride in taking what was a blighted area and turning it into what will be a thriving economic opportunity.
As the project went from a trot to a gallop, IBEW Local 654 saw something they didn't expect to, but dealt with it like the professionals they are.
When they put out the project, the drawings were probably only 50% complete, and as they're rolling along, we have to pick up the slack and wire things as our knowledge would, from the years past, would let us do. And then we would have a meeting with myself and all my area foremen, sub-foremen, and discuss what area is hot, as we would call it, to get done and what the owner is looking for. I've even had the owners come up to me, or a general foreman come up to me and ask for certain items to get done sooner than later.
Whatever the owner needed, it was whatever the owner got. You know, that's how the project ran. You know, 7 days a week, and you know, there was no stopping.
It's true. Whatever the owner wanted, the owner got.
Obviously, with a project of this scope, the amount of work that was done by the IBEW was huge, and the project moved along at a good pace, at a rapid pace.
The moment you sit down with IBEW, you get a sense from the get-go that they're going to do the job on time and on budget, and that's what happened here. And we needed to sell this project and to do it on time, and we had to be on budget because it's key, it was very key to the whole redevelopment of the county. So we were very pleased with IBEW. You make a commitment to the contractor, you make a commitment to the customer. If you don't live up to that, then you may not have that opportunity again. So our apprentices realize it, our journeymen realize it, and it's an everyday commitment. Every day you come in, you're selling yourself to the contractor, you're selling yourself to that customer.
Since the Harrah's Casino Racetrack has been under construction, new buildings have begun to pop up all over the place in Chester, including a new community charter school and a new city hall. And it's all because one building, one project, and one labor union dedicated to its community.
Arguably, some people said to Harrah's and the Chester Downs, hey, this is a gamble. Why would you invest in the city of Chester? So if you don't put up a quality product and get it done on time, on budget, so these horses can race by us right here. If you can't do that, you know, you're not going to have a second chance. So you know, we were confident with IBEW, and frankly, I mean, we've talked about my grandfather. My grandfather came to this site, to the city of Chester, raised his family, including my mother, and did so while a worker at Sun Ship. So I think it's been a natural progression, and thank God for Harrah's and Chester Downs, but also thank God for the Chester city officials and the county officials who made this come about. We really see the unions out here as our partner.
The Harrah's project has started a movement in Chester. By employing local union craftsmen and women, Harrah's was given a first-class product. By attending city council meetings on their own time, by working hard days and long nights to get the job done, IBEW Local 654 really lived up to their word, Michelle.
So Dom, I think it's safe to say that the IBEW has proven once again why it's best in the electrical industry.
Definitely. And now they can say when a community is lost, it's not forgotten.
Okay, well thanks Dom.
Welcome.
For Dominic Geritano, I'm Michelle Griego. We'll see you next time on another feature story. Thanks for the click. So long.